Hey, Bam here, and I love tech, so let's talk tech. Specifically, that Galaxy S8 Plus, S8 Plus, and S8 Edge and S8. Yeah, so Samsung just released or just announced their Galaxy S8, and aside from it looking like they it doesn't really look like they did much with it. In all honesty, they upped the specs, they redesigned it slightly. They put a fingerprint sensor on the back, awesome, but it's next to the camera lens, and it's actually even taller than what the LG G6 is, which I'm thinking most people, have to use two hands for this. Actually, I can't think of a single person that has those longer fingers like that. Even I've got some pretty long fingers myself. I mean, and sometimes I struggle with using my V20 with just one hand. Perfect example being the secondary display there at the top, that little strip right there. And I just don't understand what they were going for with this. Uh, It's supposed to be easier to handle because it's not supposed to feel like a sword so much. So awesome. They got those edges nice and rounded instead of sharpened off. Great. It comes with wireless charging, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think that it has wireless charging. But it has wireless charging. Awesome. They put Bluetooth 5.0 in there. Awesome. And then they put a headphone jack in it, and then they put USB Type-C charging. What? You you have Bluetooth. You had the currently most advanced Bluetooth chip in your smartphone. You have wireless charging. Why do you need USB Type-C and 3.5 millimeter headphone jack? That does not make any sense. Why? And then you made it water resistant. Great. Good job for following other people's footsteps, I guess. Uh, and then, and the cherry on top of all this, of course, the expandable storage, non-replaceable battery, which sucks unless you get external battery from a case or something like that. That could be a good alternative. But they apparently came out with their own assistant called Bixby, and it's an actual physical button on the side, I think. Again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Why? Why not? I mean, that just creates more competition. We don't need more competition in the world. We need more, of this. We need more of this, not this. Samsung makes smartphones for the Android OS. Android is made by Google. Google has Google Assistant and Google Voice. Two completely different things that, yes, they do coincide with each other a lot. They work seamlessly with each other. Main difference being is that Google Voice is part of Allo, and it helps with more app-specific commands, whereas Google Assistant helps with more just broad information. I'm pretty sure I got that right, at least. If I got that flipped around, let me know in the comments again. But I don't understand where Samsung is coming from that this is new. It's not. They up their specs. They up their specs on the smartphone. Some of them. I think they're still stuck with the last camera that they had, and they didn't even put a frickin' dual lens camera on the back. Let that one sink in for a bit. While LG and Apple, iPhone, and God, I'm trying to think of who else. I can't think of anyone else at the top of my head. But while so many while so many smartphone manufacturers and brand names are putting two rear-facing cameras on their smartphones, one gets a regular image, maybe the other one gets a wide-angle lens, or the other one gets the same thing just so it's more detail, or maybe it helps with zoom or something like that. Maybe it helps with stabilization. I don't know. Normally, dual lenses mean that one gets one thing and one gets something else. And Samsung opted to stay single rear-facing lens. Why? You are literally backtracking. You're backtracking, Samsung. Come on. So, oh gosh, this is funny. This ranks right up there with the idea of iPhone Red. Now, I realize, I understand, I didn't really go over this in the previous video that I did on iPhone Red, but iPhone Red, it's for, they're giving a portion of the proceeds to Red Charity. I'm even forgetting what the Red Charity does right off the top of my head. But it's still morning, so bear with me here. But, okay, fine, I get that. You couldn't have just simply released the iPhone Red with everything else, just because of the fact that it's a different color. Yeah, whatever. But Samsung, again, is not doing anything new here. They're maintaining the archaic 3.5mm headphone jack. They are maintaining the very unnecessary USB Type-C. USB Type-C I'm excited for. I'm excited for the idea of something that is good for data transferring and is powerful enough for monitors and just basically powerful enough to do practically anything that you would need connection for still. So I'm not complaining about USB Type-C. I'm just saying that it's irrelevant whenever you have a device that has wireless charging. So I gotta wonder, come on Samsung, what are you guys doing? You're trying to pull off this new smartphone. It's not new. You upped the specs and changed a few things around. There's nothing new about it. So they're bringing along a 360-degree camera that shoots in 4K. I don't know that 360-degree cameras have ever shot in 4K. Again, leave a comment let me know in the comments below if there is one. Leave a link or whatever. Links don't work on YouTube. So let me know if there is one out there that shoots in 4K, and if so, we can get Samsung for that too, because they're not the first ones to do that. So, oh gosh, this is so, I don't know what Samsung is thinking. Samsung, this is the perfect opportunity to say that Samsung has basically become the Apple of Android. As to where they're going to sell you something that's new by their standards because they've never done it before and they're forgetting that others have. So, or just ignoring it. I don't know which. So, but yeah, that Bixby though. That Bixby, oh jeez. They're a voice assistant that's supposed to work just like Google Voice. And I love Google Voice to death. I use it constantly. Here's the problem, and obviously Google still has some bugs to work out with it, because sometimes I can literally be just driving in my car. I've got my Bluetooth transmitter that's plugged into the cigarette lighter that gives me voice control over the FM radio on from my smartphone, and I've just got my smartphone right there, and there's a little cubby hole that's underneath the console, and I can, without having to touch it, without having to have the screen on all the time. Of course, the secondary display is always on, but without having to touch it or do anything, I can just simply give the command phrase, "Okay, Google," and okay, didn't do it this time, but I can literally just give that phrase, that wake up phrase, and do certain things that I want to do. I can tell it to text someone, I can tell it to call someone, I can ask it for directions, I can do all this stuff without even having to touch it. Sometimes. I think it's about half the time. Come on, Google. Get your act together. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to use your product. It would be nice if it worked more than half the time. So, I've had to delete and retrain the Google Voice thing occasionally. And it would be nice if it wasn't divided between Google Assistant and Google Voice, because the only difference is that one is more app specific and the other one is more broad information. That's literally the only difference. Whatever. It would also be nice if Google would allow me to activate my GPS by just simply acknowledging that, hey, you want directions, here we go, I'm turning on your location. Different things like that. It'd be nice if it could be integrated into Facebook Messenger, because I use that constantly. Hell, most of my friends use that constantly. So it'd be nice to be able to do that. It'd be nice to be able to call someone on Facebook. Unfortunately, Google and Facebook are apparently not the best of friends. I can understand it because Google Plus, but Facebook already beat Google Plus to the punch on pretty much everything. And I can understand being a little bit burned by that. Get over it. Get over it. You're hurting the customer by us not being able to voice message someone through Facebook via voice. Via Google Voice. So, I love the fact that I can do this, even if it is just half the time. But come on, get up for more than half the time. And Samsung, drop your Bixby bullshit. Come on. Bixby, really? That doesn't even sound like something tech related. That sounds like, it sounds like some guy at the gym that desperately needs to be there to lose weight. I mean, it does not sound like anything techy at all. So, Samsung, just go with Google. Just go with Google Voice and call it good. So, anyway, that was kind of my rant at Samsung, so to speak. So, if you have any... did I miss anything? Did I get anything screwed up? Do you think that Bixby is a good thing? Are you excited for Samsung S8? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to share the video, get it circulating, everything like that. So, see ya.